In this section, let's focus on classes and objects. So a class is a blueprint or a template for creating anything that you can think of in the real world or in terms of software. So as I explained, you can think of a class such as a factory, right? So for example, if you want to for example, if you want to buy a phone, right? So either a Samsung or an iPhone or a BlackBerry, like literally any phone, right? So these guys, so the manufacturers, they have a factory where they can produce identical phones, right? So the class is simply the actual machine which can then produce a bunch of identical phones, right? So it might not be identical, but also, with different variations. But basically, this is what a class is. So let's go ahead and define a class. So I'm going to open the project tab, and then within com.amigos code, I'm going to create a new class. And then here, let's go ahead and say that we want to have a class called iPhone. So this is our class. Now with this class, right, so this is the actual template for creating many iPhones, right? So within a class we have to define a couple of things. More important, we have to define behaviors and properties. So properties are the actual attributes that represent the actual phone. So for example, the price, the make, the model, whether it is water resistant, and all these other properties, right? So let's go ahead and define here a couple of properties. So for now, let's simply say private, and you've learned about private, and here you can see public as well. So you've learned about the access modifiers. So I'm going to say private, and then I'm going to say string, and this will be model. Let's also define another property, and this will be private, and then here I'm going to say double and then price. So here now you can see that we have two properties, right? So this is what represents my iPhone. So obviously you can have way more properties than what we have. You could actually say whether it is water resistant, so on and so forth, right? But for now, let's just keep these two properties right here. So model and price. Now you see this keyword right here, private. So this is a very important concept within classes, which I'm going to explain later. But basically this is called encapsulation, and this is how we hide data from the outside world. So let's also define another property. So private, and then boolean is water resistant. There we go. So now we have three properties right here. So iPhone has a model, so this could be iPhone X, and then a price, and then whether it is water resistant. So there you have it. These are called properties. Next, let's go ahead and understand what behaviors are.